Okay, this video is for you watch nerds out there who enjoy my watch content. These are the three watches I just brought with me to New Jersey. I went home for a few days for my 40th high school reunion, and I chose these three watches. I'm going to tell you why I brought these three watches with me. Okay? And apologies for the noise outside. Wrist check. I'm wearing an homage to the Panerai Marina. We'll talk about that in a moment and why homage watches can be cool. But for now, we'll stick with this. So I wore this watch because it's cool and because I did a nice job on this band, and I thought I might show this off a bit. My friends back home know I've always been creative, and they know I was the top architecture student at school. They know I've been making custom furniture for some time now. They know I do custom built-ins. I've done a lot of work even back home. So I thought they'd appreciate that. No surprise. Look what Mike's doing. Creative guy. Cool. You guys may know I have four of these. This one here, it has the blasted case, the black bezel. The orange compass bezel on the inside of this denotes that this originally had an orange dial. And that's why I have four of these, because I wanted to mix them up a little bit. This one originally had an orange dial. This has the 7S35 movement, which has a couple extra jewels, which makes it quieter. I discovered it's so quiet that the time grapher has a hard time picking up the beat rate on this watch. That's how smooth it runs. So, at any rate, I ran into this guy at the airport, and he asked me about it. So we talked about the band a bit, and he's like, oh, yeah, Seiko, there's the turtle. And I said, oh, yeah, I got one of those too. And then we had to part ways for a moment. We were supposed to talk about it again, but I didn't see him. I did see him on the plane, and it was interesting because I noticed he was pretty jacked, and he was heading to San Diego, and he was wearing a shirt that said loose lips sink ships, and he was wearing a Panerai, which is why I'm wearing this. We're going to get to that in a moment. And I think to myself, you know what? He's probably a Navy SEAL. That's what I think. So who knows? Maybe he'll see this video. This watch is kind of a reissue. The guy who started the Momentum company had another company. Gee whiz, I should know this, but the name of it escapes me for the moment. It's a Seaquartz 30, and this is kind of the reissue of the watch worn by Tom Selleck in Magnum PI. It's a 300-meter dive watch. It is a quartz. It's a nice watch. Kind of sought after today. Of course, the time is off. It's 3 hours off because it's still on East Coast time. And I wanted to bring this watch because I knew that I was going to wear this. Let's see, let's just get this set right while we're talking about it. I wanted to move that anyhow because I wanted you to notice that this does have a color matched day-date wheel. Although that's off, something's going on there. Maybe I have it set to AM instead of... Doesn't matter. So I wore this watch Saturday night to the reunion. And I had such a good time. It was amazing. And, we graduated in 1985. And the series, Magnum PI, started in 1983. So I thought this would be the perfect watch to wear to the high school reunion. Pretty cool. One of my pals was wearing a Rolex Farragut, which two of my friends own, him and another friend, which is, it's a blue face Rolex, and it's got stainless steel and gold accents to the bracelet and case. At any rate, that was that. And then this is a Momentum that was sent to me by one of you, and I apologize, I don't recall your first name, but you sent this to me. It's a composite, and back this up a little bit. Just about at noon. And I thought this would be the perfect surfing watch to wear. Now, he sent me three watches. None of them came on bands, which is not a knock in any way. I mean, he sent them to me for free because he wasn't wearing them. This is also a quartz movement, very lightweight. Because of the orange second hand, I put it on an orange NATO-style strap. And I wore this surfing Monday morning in Seaside Park, New Jersey. It was great. Caught a couple waves. It wasn't the best conditions, but that's it. So that's the reason I chose these three watches. It's a little bit about these three watches. Again, this is the Seiko Land Monster from about, oh boy, I think it's 2007. I believe that's it. This is a 2007 watch. So that's 18 years old. This watch running perfectly and in very good condition. I'm going to do another video on these soon because I want to point out some more details. We have the Momentum Sea Quartz 30 reissue. Also a quartz, stainless steel, 300 meter diver. This is a 200 meter diver. And I believe this is just a 100 meter. It might say it on here. I don't see it. It says Navigator on the dial. It's a Swiss quartz movement. And again, I wore this because I was going to go in the water. All of these can obviously go in the water. This would have been fine to surf with. Although a two-piece band, if by chance a spring bar would have went, I could have lost that watch. Didn't want to take the chance. This is a watch I will keep in the collection. All these probably. But these here, it's a very good deal. I mean, this is because it's push-pull crown. I'm going to tell you it's probably just a 100-meter diver. But hey, you're never going to go 100 meters under the water. That's 300 feet, man. That's a 30-story building, right? You're not going to go that far under the water. So it's great. If it rains, you're out in the bush or something, it's going to get wet. You don't have to worry about it. You can surf in it. You can snorkel in it to make sure that crown's pushed in. And again, that's why I chose those three watches. Let's put them aside here for a moment and just talk about this. This is an Homage watch. And a lot of people, I'm putting this out there because I had a comment the other day on one of my older videos, and the guy's like, why would you want to wear an Homage watch? Get the real thing. Well, I'll tell you why. A genuine Panerai goes for, at the low end used, about $2,500. All right, so $2,500 to $4,500. And this is an homage to the Marina. Now, there's not a Panerai that has these exact details. And it does have a GMT hand, which you can't see right now because it's behind the hour hand. But that just denotes... Oh, actually, it's down here at 6 o'clock because it's just now changing. It's 12 noon. So when the GMT hand, which is not adjustable, is on this side, that's AM. And when it's on this side of the watch, that's PM. That's all it does. You can't set it. The sub-dial at 9 o'clock is the seconds hand. Apologies for the... reflection. I can't get away from that with this watch. It has a domed crystal. I believe that's a double dome. It is because there's no deflection. The dial you can read easily. If it was a single dome, it would be flat on the bottom, and it would look a little odd. It would deflect when you look through the glass. So it has a visible power reserve just above 6, which is neat. It was listed as a 300-meter diver, and I believe it. It's a good watch. This here, you pull this down, and now you can pull this out to set the time. And when you push this in, it makes it super watertight. I don't know what the movement is on this watch, but it is a very good-looking movement. It's the parts have been turned. I mean, it looks very similar to a Japanese movement to me. I haven't looked at it with a magnifying glass to see if I can see any markings on it. But this thing runs beautifully. It keeps very accurate time. The case, everything's exactly the same as a Panerai, except these are screws here, and this is this is faux. On a real Panerai, you would push in on that, and it would unlock the spring bar so you could pull the spring bar out. And this button here, you can push in on that, and that's how you change the date with the date window, which is difficult to read a bit, I suppose. This is a pierced dial. What that means is the dial has holes in it for all the numbers, as you can see, and there's a luminescent disc under that, which I'm a sucker for that. I made this cuff bracelet for it because I'm into that. I've made a bunch of them. I've sold quite a few of them. This one here is a little bit on the simple side, but it's very comfortable. It's very reminiscent of what people were wearing more in the 60s and 70s. They were tough in the 80s too. The watch cuff is tough. Very cool. It's sized for me that's a 7 5/8. It's 7 3/4 really, this 1 inch wrist. You could probably get this on an 8-inch and probably as small as a 7-inch and still have it comfortable. By the way, I would sell this. I would sell this. I get quite a bit of money for the cuffs with a watch on them, but I would sell this a little bit of a discount, just because it's not as, I don't know. I feel like the cuff, as great as it is, my other ones are just a little bit different. Although the watch wasn't inexpensive, it wasn't super expensive. It was about $170. And this is why... Oops, excuse me. I just hit the... Whoa, hey, almost lost the camera. Apologies. Yeah, I'm so pro. The thing about an Homage on a watch like this, why it makes sense is you could spend $100 to $170 on an exact copy as far as the size of the case and everything goes of a Panerai, and wear it and decide if it's right for you before you drop $2,500 to $4,500 on a genuine Panerai. That would be stupid, right? You buy a large watch like this for that kind of coin, and you get it, and you realize you can't wear it because your wrist is too small, or you don't like the weight on your wrist. You buy this, and now you know. And if you love it, well, now you save your save your pennies, and get yourself the genuine article. That's what you do. That's one of the reasons why an Homage is a cool thing to do. All right, now you understand. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been a Palooka Watch Channel production. Again, I make these bands. I've got a couple orders now. I'm working on one right now on a Glycine Combat. You guys have seen that already. Again, with the Momentum C-Quartz 30, the reissue of the watch from the night. Actually, I believe that original C-Quartz came out around 1977, 78. So there's that. And then our Momentum Surfer watch, man, the Navigator, composite, push-pull crown, 100-meter water resistance. And that is that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Be kind. Be kind to one another. Be cool. And I will catch you all in the next one.